Hello, my name is Natalia Safronenkova and I'm recording this video for Professor Wheeler class. I'm really interested in US demographic. I started to look for data in Google public datasets and found the data on the website US Census Bureau about the population. I got the data from 2015 and downloaded it into Excel format. This is my raw dataset. It consists from more than 3,700 rows on US population. It consists data on years from 2010 to 2015 on gender, Hispanic origin, races, and geographic location. Because it's not really useful to work with a data set like this, I formatted the data into a table and cleaned it from those information I don't need for my analysis. It's interesting to look at this table before getting to analysis. So for each year, the data consists of gender, Hispanic origin, which includes Hispanic, not Hispanic, and total, geography for the country in total, and for the state, each state consists of 6 races: white, black or African American, American Indian and Alaska Native, Asian, Native Hawaiian, and 2 or more races. Notice that data sometimes sums up, and once when I wasn't careful, I summed up the data for United States in total and for the state, and couldn't get why the actual number of population twice is bigger than it's supposed to be. Then I figured out that I need to use filters, so my data actually are relevant. I decided to proceed with creating pivot tables. The first pivot table I did was on population and total by geography. So basically, I decided to proceed with pivot tables creations and started from population by geography. I used state names for row labels, and I used gender and Hispanic origin for filters to exclude the data we don't need. Looking at this chart, we see that the biggest population is in California, Tennessee, New York, New Jersey, and the lowest is in District of Columbia. The next pivot table I did is population by race. So I took the data from different states and combined them in a row with the races. I added filter by year. So here, for example, we see that for the state Alabama, the biggest population is from white race, and the smallest is from American Indian and Alaska Native. Probably that's true for each state, but we'll have a look later when we'll use slicer to see the different population for different states. Next pivot table I did is population by gender. It's always interesting to see the proportion of male and female population. Generally, we will see that there are 51% of female in US population, but that number is different depending by state and by year. We'll have a look at it later when we have a look at the dashboard. After that, I made a pivot table, population by Hispanic origin. And right now we see that 83% of people in the United States do not associate themselves with Hispanic origin, and 17% claim they have Hispanic origin. Actually, I was mistaken a little. In reality, there are 82% population not claiming Hispanic origin, and 18% claim Hispanic origin, and the wrong data date from the wrong use of filter. Here how I use it. I should be really careful not to count female, male, and both sexes twice. So right now we're getting numbers for both genders here. And for the year, if we're interested in 2015, we should use only 2015 year. Otherwise, if I'm not careful, all this data will sum up in some crazy number. In reality, we can see that there are 321 million people in US. I brought all the results to the dashboard, played a little bit with the types of charts and color, and right here we can visualize all the information about the US population. I added some slicers so it would be easier to see what's going on. For example, on this chart, population by Hispanic origin, we can see information about both genders, about just female, or about just male, which is almost the same number. The chart population by race, right now we see the information for the whole US. So apparently there are more white and the less American Indian and Alaska Native in US, but we can change it and see the information for each state. For example, in Alabama, approximately the same visual information. Let's see what's going on in Mississippi. I see that the bigger percent of Black or African American, and very few of Asian, American Indian, and Alaska Native. This is pretty interesting too. Let's see for New York. We see that in New York State, the percentage of Asian population is higher than in the other states we saw before. This chart population by gender we can see for United States in total and for each state. For example, let's check Alaska, and we see that there are bigger percentage of male in Alaska than female. Probably females don't like cold weather. If you want to go married, go to Alaska. Summing up all my work, I found that it was a really interesting experience, and I tried to do things on my own. I made some challenges on the way, but I like the results. Thank you for your attention.